All right, so all bullshit aside, all non-bias aside, okay? Is Brock Purdy the real deal? And I'm gonna give you my answer, and I'm gonna give you a explanation of why I feel different about it. So when you say he's the real deal, we need to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Because one, we're talking 8 game samples. We don't know what the kid can be. Let's not fall for this Jimmy G 5 game samples. We paid this guy to be a fucking top 5 quarterback. And where did it get us? He got us places, but we didn't win the damn thing. We paid him a lot of money, and he couldn't stay healthy. We paid him a lot of money. He couldn't deliver. So what makes you think any differently about Brock Purdy? The only difference is he is playing through a rookie contract. That's a bargain. This kid is only the starter because of the injury. What does he do that makes you feel like, hey, this guy has the it factor? Ask yourself that question. What does he do? He escapes the pocket. He does escape the pocket to have a little extra time to throw the ball. So he kind of gives you a little bit of the Russell Wilson, but he's not that mobile like Russell Wilson. But he can move outside the pocket a little bit and extend the play. But can he beat you deep consistently? Can he beat you deep consistently? No, he can't. He's very limited. The short, intermediate passes is what makes our offense so effective. That's where Brock Purdy excels. Brock Purdy excels in the short, intermediate pass. You throw it to Debo Samuel, it's going to go from a 2-yard or 3-yard type of catch into like a 20-plus yard gain because he can break a tackle. You could throw an outlet pass to Christian McCaffrey and it can go from 6 yards or so, and that would make you move the chains quicker. That's how effective this offense is. You have George Kittle, who is your security blanket. You have Brandon Ayuk, who's very much wide open. It makes any quarterback's job easy. Brock Purdy is just a product of what we've seen with Kyle Shanahan. He is exactly what Kyle Shanahan wanted CJ Beathard to be. He is exactly what he wanted Nick Mullins to be. The reason why those guys didn't pan out, because they didn't have the talent around them. They didn't have those weapons. If you look at the difference, Brock Purdy just has all the talent, bro. Look what he did in college. Yeah, 30 wins, which is the most in school history. But when you look at the weapons he had, his numbers were pretty much up and down. His numbers declined when he played with lesser talent. So that gives you a question. Yeah, he played a lot of games. He played a lot of competition. But what makes you think this kid is going to be the real deal? You're kind of calling this kid something that he's not yet. We need to see more. We need to see what he's built for. Outside the Raiders game, he hasn't played from behind against a better football team. The Raiders were not even a good football team. They've only played some close games. We should have blew the brakes out of those guys. If it was coming from behind, I can understand maybe coming from behind against Seattle because at least they were a good football team and we would have at least made that a great example and maybe we would have been sold by Brock Purdy. But Brock Purdy did it against a team like the Raiders who were dysfunctional. That doesn't make him any special, bro. That's against a bad football team. Like, he should have blew the brakes out of those guys. And that's why I'm not fully sure about him. You know, okay, you came from a 10-point deficit against a team that was going to probably get a top 5 draft pick anyways. But now, you showed your performance against Seattle. You put up some good numbers. That's probably your best statistics by far because any other quarterback who played against Seattle, even in fantasy football, if you wanted to pick your starting quarterback during that week, you have to look at who's going to play the Seahawks defense. You start that quarterback. Of course you're going to put up some better numbers. But Brock Purdy, in a better situation, he has pretty much made the most of his opportunity. But let's not get too call for this, man. Like, I don't know about him being the real deal. I got to see more games. And that goes for Trey Lance, too. I'm being very objective. I need to see more from him, too. And that's not leaving a discount for anybody else. But we need to see what these guys are, bro. You know, the only way we're going to ever win a Super Bowl is if Kyle Shanahan can get a legitimate franchise quarterback. Which he doesn't even go for that, bro. You need that franchise quarterback. You need a guy who can carry your team and come from behind. You need a guy who can throw the ball deep at times. You need a guy who can beat the defense. And I don't know if Brock Purdy is that guy. The difference between Brock Purdy from his rookie season was the defense didn't know what to expect. The defense only had very little game film. They had very little game film on this kid. So with the 8-game samples, now they're going to see what this kid's all about. Let's see what he does against Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh is going to be prepared on finding the kid's weakness and tendency and where to exploit him. Because if that's the case, then maybe we are fooled by this guy. We don't know what he can be. Remember, Jimmy G was looking spectacular. Jimmy G was looking like the fucking next Joe Montana, and we were falling for that shit. I'm not trying to fall for this shit anymore. I want to see if Brock Purdy is for real. Lucky for him, he saved Kyle Shanahan's job, because I don't think Shanahan would be where he's at right now if it wasn't for Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy made sure he kept his job. I think even at that point, I think Shanahan would have an excuse to coach another year. But even then, he made it to the conference championship. That's going to keep him there for a while. But I think Brock Purdy was the reason why he is sticking with him, because it's keeping him on his job. You know, when you have somebody making you have your job safe, you're going to go with that guy. And plus, he's played a lot of games. So that's why Brock Purdy is who he is, bro. We're starting this guy because he fits our offense and because he's played a lot of games. Trey Lance, it's the inexperience, and it's because we haven't given him a lot of reps. A lot of opportunities. It's because he was injured. It was because we weren't developing him the right way. But I'm telling you, bro, it's pretty much up to Kyle Shanahan if he wants to play this kid. We don't know what Trey Lance can be, but I know he has a damn good arm. I know he has potential to take us further, but we'll never know, because we're going to play another Jimmy G. When I mean another Jimmy G 2.0, bro, that is Brock Purdy. Let's not fall for this shit again. I want to see if this kid's for real. Prove me wrong. Brock Purdy, win me a Super Bowl. Win me the 6th Lombardi. And I'll take my crow, and I'll take that L like it's nothing, bro. Because I want that 6th Lombardi trophy. I don't care about this feel-great story. I want you to prove me wrong. Hoist that 6th Lombardi trophy. And I will get that Brock Purdy jersey. I will take it out of pride because you proved me wrong. I don't think he is the guy to win you a Super Bowl. I don't think Brock Purdy has what it takes to win that 6th Lombardi. You need the entire team, and even with the entire team, we're going to play better football teams, and they're going to force Brock Purdy to beat us. That's how they are, bro. That defense is going to force them to beat them. Because in order to beat any other teams, bro, we have to be a good passing team, and we have to beat them deep. And that's what we've been lacking for quite some time under Shanahan. We don't have a deep thrower guy that scares defense, bro. They don't respect us throwing deep because we don't have a deep passer, bro. Like, Brock Purdy can only throw maybe 40-something yards deep. That's his strongest deep pass he can probably throw. But outside of that, bro, that doesn't scare defense like that. You want a guy like Trey Lance who can throw a deep ball and scare you, bro, but we don't know. We don't know what he can be. We don't really know what he can be right now. We don't know because he hasn't played enough games. And that's why I'm being as realistic as I can with somebody like Trey, bro. We don't know. It's unfair at the moment. But Brock Purdy is getting too much hype and getting too much whatever, bro. I'm trying to keep it a buck with y'all. And if y'all don't like my opinion, I don't care, bro. It doesn't make us any less of a football fan, bro. Whether you think differently about my opinion, bro, it doesn't change the fact that I represent this fucking team to the fucking day I die. and excuse my language. But just because I don't agree with you does not make me any less of a fan. I want the 6th Lombardi trophy, and if Brock Purdy is going to prove me wrong, I'm willing to eat my words with it. But at the end of the day, it don't mean squat, bro. I don't care about participation trophies. I don't care about regular season success. I don't care about making it to the conference championship. I don't care about making it to the Super Bowl. Did we win the Super Bowl? Did we win the Super Bowl? That's what matters. Second place is for losers. Participation trophies are for losers. And we've been under the rock for almost 30 fucking years. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it don't mean nothing until we win that 6th Lombardi trophy. And for all those viewers who don't like how I swear, I apologize. But I'm being passionate about this team. And I want this to be true with Brock Purdy. But that's all I gotta say. Whether you like it or not, I don't care. I speak through the fucking heart of this team. So, have a great day. And as always, go Niners.